Hello and welcome to another video covering the Euros 2020 quarterfinals. Today I have Dipankar and Akshay. Hello guys, welcome to the show.
Hey, hi
Hi.
Viraj.
So let's quickly go and cover the first game that we have. We have Czech Republic against Denmark, the 9:30 p.m. kickoff. And my question will be to you, Jain. Czech has been; these guys have been coming out of that 2-0 victory over the Netherlands. A very strong performance. What do you take? What's your take on that victory?
So no doubt, Adiraj, it was a really good performance. But we also have to consider that both goals from Czech Republic in that game came after the red card for Matthias de Ligt. So which means that they were able to take advantage of 10-man Netherlands, which helped them overcome them. So of course, this is going to be a different ball game against Denmark, who play a very different kind of game to Netherlands. So and probably in my opinion, this is going to be the game to watch out for in this round of games.
Definitely. Apple, the question to you would be like how Jan said that, they scored the goals after the red card. But not just that, we see that they did not let Netherlands have a shot on target. So like a very solid defensive performance from them as well. What's your take on that?
Yes, I think that was always part of the plan, but I think, yes, of course, they were greatly helped by the fact that Netherlands went down to 10 men. And in fact, Netherlands kind of, after they went down to 10 men, lost the impetus completely. And the game was there for them to take. And Peter Schick, their striker, he's been on top form. So I think what they are quite reliant on him right now and not really working together as a team, creating too much. So that is going to be something which something which Denmark are going to be watchful for.
Yeah, like you said, I think Patrick Schick has been their top scorer, scored 4 goals for them. So that's something that I think Denmark will have to look for, figure out a way how to stop him from scoring. Moving on to the next game, we have Denmark. Denmark scored 4 goals against Wales, a very impressive victory. Apple, the question to you is, how would you look at that performance from Denmark?
Very good. They were very impressive in that when they were creative. They were overall the enthusiasm through the team is showing through. In fact, ever since that game against Finland at the start and everything that happened with Eriksson, that team bond is there to see. In the last 2 games, they have won with the same goal margin, and it's mighty impressive. The one thing probably to watch out for there was that against the game against Wales, also they were allowing a lot of long shots, letting people have those. So probably that is something that the coaching team would have been mindful of. And but otherwise, controlling the midfield quite well with Delaney and Højbjerg. It has been the very key strength for them from which they are building well.
Yeah, I think, Jen, my question to you would be, everyone thought after that Eriksson incident and him not playing is that where will the goals or the creativity will come from for Denmark? But we've seen, the goals have been shared from Dolberg, Maile has done well, and Poulsen, all scoring 2 goals each. What do you think, this game, who do we see scoring for Denmark?
So it depends on who starts as a striker, because we saw in the last 2 games Dolberg started, but in the game before that Poulsen started, and both of them scored in all these games. So but I think they'll go with Dolberg, and both are different kind of strikers. Dolberg is more quicker and the normal kind of striker, which is plan A for most teams, while Poulsen is most physically strong and tall striker who's good at generally the plan B of crossing in, heading in. So I think both of them might have a role to play in this victory if they got
cool. Moving on to the main question, I think that the fans will be looking forward to will be the predictions. So first, Apple, for you, what would be the predictions for these games, and who would be the Sports Taza player to watch out from both teams?
Yeah, I think it will be a cagey game. Again, the battles are going to be won in the midfield. So for both teams, even for Czech Republic, Thomas Hollas and the West Ham guy, so Czech. Those are the ones to watch out for. And similarly for Denmark, the midfield, I think those central midfielders are going to decide the game. But I feel it is going to be a cagey affair. A goal in it one way or the other. May even go to extra time.
Who
But
do you
I'm
choose? I would
banking
want a
on.
scoreline. Apple, one scoreline.
Yeah,
Give me a scoreline.
it will for me 2-1 Denmark. At
Sure.
the
And
end,
the players to watch out
yeah.
for?
Players to watch out for will be the midfielders for Denmark, Højbjerg and Delaney.
Sure. Jen, the question to you.
I
Same
think this
question.
this game will have goals, and it could be 3-2 either way. But I am edging a bit towards Denmark, probably because everyone wants them to win for Ericsson. So 3-2 Denmark is my prediction here. And from Denmark, I think, in fact, in this game, I think the game will be dependent on one flank. Where from Denmark we have on the left back position Miley, who's been really good marauding forward, while on the other wing, on the other team, we have, as a right back, we have Vladimir Suval, who we have seen last year in the Premier League. He can be good defensively as well as in the offensive way. So those are the key players. And in fact, I think we are dependent on Schick for Czech's goal threat, but I think Souček is going to come good in this game as well.
Okay, moving on to the second game, which is England plays Ukraine. That's the 12:30 p.m. kickoff, and that's the big game I think that a lot of fans will be looking forward to. So my
It's
question to
coming home,
you,
Adiraj. It's coming
yeah,
home.
that is the big question: is it coming home this season?
It is.
So my question to you, Jen, would be firstly looking at the Ukraine team, how they have come from that 2-0 victory with that 121-minute winning goal. How was that performance for you?
I think that performance was incredibly lucky. If you look at that game, Sweden played the whole game thinking that they will put on their striking options from the bench in the extra time and then try to close the game. But as soon as they did it, within the next minute, one of the players was red carded, and they had to change their whole strategy and had to defend them. So, and that somehow worked in Ukraine's favor, and miraculously they scored in the 120th minute. I don't think that can happen again, and definitely don't see any chance for Ukraine in this game. I'm wearing yellow, but I don't really think Ukraine can win this game.
Sure. Apple, the question to you would be, especially for Ukraine, we have seen that, their captain Yarmolenko has been the mainstay of the team. I think he has been the one where the creativity is coming from. We've seen Zinchenko play quite well on that left flank. What do you think will be, which players are we looking at the ones that could make a difference for Ukraine?
Yeah, I think they are very reliant on Yarmolenko, and in fact, almost all their attacks and creativity. He is seen as the sole reliant one man carrier in many ways. So I think that is where, in fact, England will also focus on to try and shut him down. But overall, I agree with Akshay on this. That they kind of got lucky. In fact, if you look at the extra time in that game, they were hardly creating. You could just sense then once those main creative players got injured, they kind of did not work out for them at all. And overall, I don't even see ideally if Ukraine could shake on 0-0 to at the end of extra time, they will do it right now.
Sure. Coming to the home team, the English side, Apple, they have come back of a very great performance. I think that 2-0 victory against Germany at home, that was one of the most impressive performances by England, where they shut the team down and they were able to score 2 goals. How would you rate that performance?
I think very unlike England. So we don't, it's very hard to imagine that England have gone in a major tournament 4 games without conceding a goal. And they look solid at the back. So even at no point since they scored and went ahead, except that one Muller breakaway, which also was set up by Raheem Sterling's error. At no point did the lead seem fragile. And Gareth Southgate has built a team which has a very strong, backbone to it. And it's pretty much, I think that that kind of momentum is going to carry through in this game also. Though, again, for this game, also given the fact that it's a quarterfinal, even though Ukraine has not been doing well, I still feel at the start it can be a cagey affair.
Definitely. Moving on to Jen, the question would you be, I think Gareth Southgate has shown everyone that he's capable of winning the big games now. That change in formation really helped England. They set up with the three at the back. And do we see that happening again in this game, or do we see England going back to that back four? Or do you think that that three at the back lets them maybe move forward a little bit more, how we saw Raheem, Sterling, and even Kane getting involved in this game?
Yeah. So with the set of players that England has, we all know that they can play in multiple formations and with multiple players in those positions. But I don't think Gareth Southgate will want to change the formation in middle of the tournament while things are going so well. Of course, defensively, and uh, although I think there is a chance for a change in personnel because we have Declan Rice and Calvin Phillips both on the verge of suspension. They have a suspension tightrope, so I can see probably Henderson getting a start here, and it will help him as well because I mean we all are expecting England to win here and then play against the winner of the other match in the next round. So if Henderson plays today, it will give him some good match practice and prepare him for the next game as well.
Yeah, I think that might be something. You might see some changes in on the team sheet on this game. Apple, the question to you would be: what are your predictions for this game, a scoreline, and who will be the players to watch out for in both the teams?
Yeah. So I think two main players for England. I do think this Gareth Southgate will use this game as the perfect game to start Jack Grealish, and so he's going to be the one to watch out for. But the other one, most likely, I feel that he might well position Luke Shaw and how because how he deals with Ukraine's. Right flank, because that is where the threat is going to come from, if at all, from Ukraine. So how he manages the attack and the defense bombing forward from left back is going to determine
Apple,
the
the
pace.
question would be the scoreline. I'm looking at just the scoreline here.
Scoreline, I'm going for 2-0 England.
Sure. Jen, the question to you about who do you think is going to win this game and the players to watch out for?
So again, I will go with England, and my thoughts concur with Dipankar's today for a change. And I will predict 2-0 win or 1-0 win for England. And again, players to watch out for from England will be Jack Grealish if he starts, or Jadon Sancho as well if he might start. He joined Manchester United in the middle of the week, and we might see a good performance from him, maybe in front, in form of a cameo. And of course, as Dipankar said, Luke Shaw is very important today. He has to contain Yarmolenko. I hope he will be able to do that because he's been doing well in this tournament. And when it comes to Ukraine, of course, Yarmolenko and Zinchenko are their main players. But I'm hoping Ruslan Muninovsky turns up today. He's been having a terrible tournament. He's been dropped out of the team as well. But he was one of the major players for Ukraine before the start of the tournament. So I really hope he can turn up today.
Sure. Thank you, guys. Thank you for coming. And I think both our panelists today think that England is definitely going to be winning over Ukraine. We've seen Akshay become the Paul the Octopus in the last two games where he's predicted both Spain and Italy winning. Let's see who gets it right this time. Thank you for coming on the show, guys. And for more content, please keep watching this channel, Sports Taza. Please like, share, and subscribe our videos. And we'll be back with more videos. Thank you.